I wanted to show you how to do a retrofit with your rototiller to make it a shallow trencher. Basically, I took an old Chevy rim, cut the center out of it, found a 1-inch sleeve and welded it to a piece of metal. You might be able to get a flange or something at Tractor Supply or Amazon with a 1-inch hole in it, and that may differ. This is a Craftsman tiller, which is probably MTD, so I would imagine 1 inch is a pretty common size. So basically you can see the center of the rim is probably a 14 or 15 inch GM rim. Made 5 blades on it. The shape of the rim worked pretty good for getting a weld on the bottom and on the top of the blades. Used some 3/4 inch flat stock for that, and I kind of alternated the blades, you know, one leaning one way, one leaning the next way, so hopefully the dirt would come out evenly on both sides. So basically you take off your tiller, you slide that on. I used a bolt. If you do, you know, you probably want to use a grade 2, a soft bolt as a shear pin. This particular hub's a little thicker than the tiller, so the shear pins that came with it weren't quite long enough. So I'll throw a bolt in there and take off the other tines, and we'll give it a shot. One other thing to keep in mind if you're going to make something like this is you're kind of limited in diameter by the framework and the wheels, at least with this particular model. It'd be nice to have it a slightly bigger so you can get a little more depth, but this worked for what I need for irrigation pipe. I'm in sandy soil, so it's pretty easy for the most part. You know, if you got a lot of rocks or a lot of big roots, then this may struggle cutting through them. But I'll get together and I'll show you a couple of videos of making a trench. Okay, here it is installed. So there's a grade 2 bolt. Grade 2s don't have any markings on the head. It's pretty much the cheapest bolt you can buy and the softest metal. So that's what you want if you get hung up on a rock or a root. You want that to break before it breaks anything inside the gearbox. So you kind of see it's going to rotate this way. These are counter rotating kinds, probably the same on most tillers. Pretty basic, pretty easy to make if you got a little time and some scrap metal and a welder. Probably about 5 inches deep, 4 or 5 inches deep. Makes a nice slice in the sod. You might have to push a little out with the shovel now and then just to clean it up a bit. Works pretty good for a DIY trencher.